All right, let's talk about something nobody really wants to talk about, but everyone visiting the UK absolutely know about: overstaying your visa. Well, brace yourselves, because the UK Home Office, they're not exactly known for their forgive and forget attitude. We're talking legal hot water, financial woes, and enough emotional stress to make you swear off crumpets for life. So, if you're currently enjoying the delights of Britain, or even just thinking about popping over for a cheeky visit, do yourself a favour and keep watching. First up, let's address the elephant in the room wearing a very official-looking uniform: the legal ramifications. See, the moment your visa expires, you're essentially playing a real-life game of Red Rover with British immigration law, and spoiler alert, you are on the winning team. We're talking potential bans on re-entering the UK, which could be either a mild inconvenience or a soul-crushing blow. Overstaying can also torpedo any hopes you had of getting a UK visa in the future. Right, let's talk about the bread and butter issues, or lack thereof. Overstaying your visa often means kissing your right to work in the UK goodbye. And if you thought finding a job would be tricky, try finding a place to live. Basically, you're looking at a one-way ticket to sharing a suspiciously cheap flat with questionable roommates and an even more questionable smell. So, you've overstayed your visa. Naturally, you'd think a trip to the doctor is in order, right? Well, not so fast. Accessing the NHS, Britain's beloved public healthcare system, is largely off-limits to those without valid immigration status. The NHS takes its rules seriously, and overstaying is a surefire way to find yourself on the wrong side of a very stern receptionist. Let's be clear, overstaying in the UK is not a victimless crime. Well, it's not technically a crime, but it will feel like it when you see the hefty fines the Home Office can slap you with. We're talking thousands of pounds, the kind of money that could be better spent on a plane ticket home. Your visa expires. And don't even get me started on the immigration health surcharge. Now, for the part they don't print on the visa application, the emotional toll, living with the constant fear of being found out, the inability to plan for the future, the isolation of being cut off from support networks. These are just some of the invisible consequences of overstaying. Imagine walking through life with a constant knot of anxiety in your stomach, never knowing when the other shoe might drop. That's the reality for many overstayers. Okay, so we've messed up. What do you do? The first and most important step is to acknowledge the situation. The next step is to seek professional help. Immigration lawyers understand the labyrinthine rules and regulations of the UK Home Office. They can assess your options, which might include applying for a new visa or voluntarily leaving the UK. Now, for the part you've all been dreading: detention and removal. In the eyes of the UK government, overstaying is a serious offence, and they've got the detention centres to prove it. If you're deemed a risk to the public or unlikely to leave voluntarily, you could find yourself detained indefinitely while the Home Office decides your fate. And if things go really south, you could be deported back to your home country, often with a hefty ban on returning to the UK. Even if you manage to avoid the worst-case scenarios of detention and deportation, overstaying can still cast a long shadow over your life. Future travel plans? Good luck getting through customs in other countries with an overstay on your record. Many countries share immigration data, so that little blip on your record could follow you around like a bad smell. It can affect your job prospects, your relationships, even your ability to rent a flat in your own country. Look, I know this has been a lot of doom and gloom, but that's only because I care. The UK can be a wonderful place to live, work and visit, but it's important to play by the rules. Overstaying your visa might seem like a tempting shortcut, but trust me, it's a shortcut that leads straight to a whole heap of trouble. Understanding and addressing overstaying as soon as possible is essential to mitigate its impact on your life and future plans.